This cold wine is giving me chills. I guess I'll just
Yo, keep it
close
going. I want to
my
hear this.
eyes. Oh yeah.
Alright, good
Alright.
morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Feels
everyone.
good.
Welcome to this beautiful 11 after 10 on this beautiful Wednesday morning on this fine day of February 24th, 2021, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We hope y'all had a good Christmas break. Hope that you recouped, relaxed, and revamped some of your, aspirations that you were hoping to attain or complete last semester and that you did so close to the start of this semester, or that you are on track to do so by the end. We hope that you're all doing good, everybody. Welcome to Hoser. I think season 3. Season 3? Question mark?
Season 4?
Season 4?
It's
Huh.
our fourth semester doing it. I guess it depends on what you call each season, you know?
Right,
I guess we
right.
could call them eras. There's
Yeah, we
pre-COVID
could.
era and there's post-COVID era.
There's like pre-bearded era for us,
Yeah.
and then there's like shaved head era, long hair era for both of us. No, I like it, man. I like it. Um, yeah, it's COVID, man. It's still got a nice grip on our friggin' beating hearts right now. It sucks,
Please notice the
but
title of the episode.
yeah, yeah.
Complacency
But
is a
that,
big part of it. I think it's just
yes,
we're getting exhausted, you know? I don't even know if complacency is the right word for it, because that's like... No, I guess
I
so.
like.
Like masks are just normal now. Like I'm becoming
Yeah,
complacent.
I think it actually fits pretty well, to be honest. Like if you look at like the actual definition of complacency, right? Like self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness or actual dangers of deficiencies when it comes to safety or overall health and well-being.
Wow,
This
did you Google
definition is
that?
brought to you by www.merriam-webster.com. Thank you, Merriam-Webster. So yeah, I think complacency would be a great word because I that's how I feel, man. I think like I don't know about you, but like the motivation that I had last semester combined with the work ethic that I had last semester, it was met with like a thought of I'm gonna, like overcome, like, you got to push through COVID. Like it's kind of like a test run first semester. We're gonna try to deal and act how we should normally, throughout our day to day during COVID. Let's see how it works. And it worked like relatively well the first semester, but now I'm just kind of like, fuck, like, excuse my French.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
yeah,
like that's
no,
how
I
I
agree.
feel.
It's
Yeah.
it's a lot. And I agree with you mean by like, well, we gotta push through, we gotta push through, but you're not like pushing through anything. You know, it's still COVID.
That's right.
And
It feels like it was easier for people to push through when there was like a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, oh,
yeah,
by
next
Christmas
semester
we'll
will
be.
be open, you know, and or next like back like over the summer, like oh, by the end of the summer we'll be open again. It's like no.
Yeah, yeah. They're saying that again this summer. Do you think that'll happen? But by the summer, Canada and the States will be.
Look, man. Okay, we're both Ottawa boys, right? You remember
Yeah.
the train they put in public transit train? Hashtag on
We
track 2018.
we should. Can we elaborate a little bit on that?
Okay, so Ottawa put in this light rail system, right? Um, because it's too broke of a city to put in a subway, I guess. And
Very
they,
true.
closed down all these bus stations so they could like retrofit them with these train tracks and all this stuff. And they had this slogan all over their buses and stuff. It's on track 2018. I don't think it was done until 2020, late
I don't.
2019,
Yeah, I
earliest.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't done.
it was just funny because they was like shoving down your throat like this is gonna be done by 2018, and it was
Yeah.
not. And I remember saying in like 2016, like yeah, it took them 2 years to get Presto right. You remember that? Like
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember the rollout for Presto was like 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
because it kept like just not working, and I'm like you can't get a tap card right, like.
Well, I
I,
remember.
I
I
go to
remember
Dave
like.
and I go to Dave and Buster's and they give me a tap card to pay for the arcade machines, and you guys can't figure it out for a bus system, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, I remember like one of the first versions of the card that I had. I remember like there was like a 3 4 month period when I was actually busing in Ottawa. Like close to the like what grade were we in that at that point in high school?
We would have been in grade 9 or 10. It was early in high
Ye-
school, I think.
Yeah, it was early in high school. So I remember having like one of those cards, first versions of it, and literally like the bus driver just kind of automatically saying like telling me to come on, not worrying about if it's gonna work or not, because most likely it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like I remember that happening. For me too, it would make a sound, but it wouldn't extract my money. It wouldn't say approved or give the little green, check mark that it does. But yeah, I remember that. That sucked. Also, the new train that they put in tipped like twice last winter or
Did it
something like
really?
that.
I remember a
Yeah,
thing where the
it
guy
derailed.
held the doors open so we could get on, and it broke all of the doors on the train.
Oh my God, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, because he was the doors closed too fast or something, like, so he went like this to open them and like let himself in, which you should never do. But I
No, that's
guess
dangerous.
they're all connected somehow or something like that. So he broke all of them open on the train, and of course
Oh.
it's a train, so there's other trains behind it waiting to come through, and this one can't move because its doors are stuck open.
Do you think that he broke it, as in like broke like a physical mechanism that was connecting all the doors opening and closing together, or do you think it's like a safety feature of the train itself that if one door is pried open or forcefully kept open, that the train will think it's in a,
Abbas, leave the answer in the comments.
yeah. Is he a
We'll know.
conductor?
Yeah.
Choo choo. Yeah, love it. No, that's
COVID.
crazy. Have you tried it? Have you been on the train in
No.
Ottawa?
Why would I?
I'm I'm too scared to try it. A lot of my brother's friends that are still in Ottawa right now said they won't use it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Bruce Willis in Unbroken, I'd be pretty worried.
Well, I got the blue Pucanu now.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We're getting to a point where we don't need to worry about
Public
transit.
You
Yeah.
got the work van, and then I have Graham's car. Thanks, Graham.
Yeah. Have we divulged on the podcast like how that car came to be? That
No,
little
I don't. Did I have it
did I,
last semester? I did. I did have it last
that's
semester.
what I'm trying to remember if we did an episode like it talked about you having it or not. I can't remember.
I don't remember. Effectively, it's Graham's car. Graham bought it off of a family friend. Graham is my little brother, but he can't get his G2 until 2022. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to give him some money for it at some point because, you know,
Yeah,
like,
it's like hey, I think your wise wisdom. I think your wisdom throughout the years and, being a good older brother is enough. I think it paid for itself.
I'm taking good care of it. I'm checking the oil regularly. I'm throwing out all the McDonald's wrappers. It's
Yeah,
not like
keeping it
Yoko
clean.
where the behind the driver's seat was just a sea of garbage. I
Oh
remember
my
I
God.
got stopped at one of those DUI checkpoints in Ottawa on my way home
Mhm.
from working construction, and like I had film equipment, I had construction equipment, I had like a couple
Big duffel
blankets.
bags.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
like a gym bag. I had like garbage all over the place, and the cop is like, "Son, are you living in your car?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You can tell me. We can get you help." I'm like, "No, I'm okay.
Oh
I'm
my
going home."
God. He actually asked you that?
He asked me
A
if I was living in
concerned
my car.
officer. Oh my God, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It did. I remember the few times like when we'd go to do some like school projects for film or something like that for Cougar Vision in high school. And I'd get in and I would just be like, not like shocked even, but I'd just be like intrigued by the several different aromas that I would, sense. It'd be like, oh, there's some fries. Oh, there are some older fries. It's good. And I loved it.
I
And if there
remember
was some fresh ones, I would have picked them up off the ground, probably
I
give a little
remember I
munch.
had those Canadian Tire winter like rubber floor mats, and
Yeah.
someone spilt a yop in the passenger seat.
Oh my God.
So we just folded up the floor mat and put it in the trunk and forgot about it.
No way, man. That's so
So
gross.
it was just like kind of cheesy, blue cheese, but like I
Yeah.
think it was like a blueberry yop, so it was like a little bit of blueberry. For
But
those
hey,
that don't
like,
know, yop is like a yogurt drink. There's just like this
right.
disgusting aroma, and it was, like, what is that coming from? And then I go and I open the trunk, and there's this folded over floor mat, and I'm like, oh, it's just a floor mat, and I open it up, and it's like science experiment.
Mm, shit. It's like, blah.
Yeah,
That's so gross. But I feel like with like a yup or any like, if it's Greek yogurt, this would definitely work because the quality of that is just fantasia. But if I feel like yogurt, that's like I love it. By the way, remember I told you I was going to have a nice yogurt before we started this morning? I ate my last one like 2 days ago and I completely forgot. So
that
I
is
was pretty upset.
unfortunate.
Yeah. But anyways, I was gonna say like back to the floor mat thing. I feel like that'd be like a good idea to just kind of toss it into the back and forget about it for a bit because I feel like the yogurt would harden to a point where you'd smack it off later. It would just kind of flake out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I
That
think my
happens.
plan. I think it was summer. My plan was to rinse it off with a hose.
Okay. Yeah.
But obviously, that didn't happen. I forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching a show the other day, and it was like some lady. It's a comedy reality show, or not reality, like a satcom type of thing. Um, and this woman's trying to get her husband to repair their sprinkler system, and she's like, "Oh, like it looks like it looks pretty trashy, just having like our sprinkler system the way we do right now. Why can't we get like an irrigation system?" And the husband's like, "What's so trashy about our son holding the hose and watering plants?" Yeah. A
This
lot of the places that. Sorry, go
this
ahead.
reminds me of Uncle Eddie from Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation. Shitter was
Yeah.
full.
Yeah. A lot of the places that Aiden and I used to deliver to, um, like the furniture company that Aiden used to work at, that I still work at.
But I was just
Um,
like, fuck this shit.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, so
Whoops,
getting
I should
there,
not be
getting
cursing this
close.
much. I apologize.
It's so hard in the morning.
Yeah.
It's difficult in the morning, but it's all right. It's first show back. We're getting through we're getting through it. But Aiden and I used to deliver to all these really really nice houses. But I remember it's like going to each house. I'd always be curious to see how their like irrigation system worked. For those of you that don't know, like irrigation system is just kind of like a like liquid tubing under soil in your gardens and stuff like that. That at certain times of day just comes up and kind of sprinklers your gardens and grass and stuff like that. But irrigation is damn expensive if you're trying to do it properly.
I think the thing I would be concerned about is I'm always super stressed when we winterize the pool. Um, because my dad, I think 2 or 3 years in a row, forgot to take out one frost plug on the pool heater. So I think we went through like 2 pool heaters in 2 years, or 3 pool heaters in 3 years, or something like that. Like yeah, it was not fun. Um, because the water would freeze inside it and crack, right? I feel like
Right.
an irrigation
But you guys are
system,
in ground. Are you guys in ground?
in ground pool,
In
yeah.
ground pool. Yeah, that's right.
I feel like an irrigation system would be worse. You got all these little tiny plastic hoses running underground. Like, what do you do to winterize it? Do you run compressed air through it? Like,
Yeah, but even like with compressed air, like frosting and stuff, couldn't that still form in the tubing? I
probably.
guess yeah. Like the tubing's probably too. You can't really put like a small amount of uh like winter fluid in there. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't spend that. I would just get my kid to go, hose down the garden or something like that. I remember one time my dad told me when we were on the farm, we were having a huge bonfire, just kind of like the bi-weekly burn. Um, and he told me to go stoke the fire. But I was a little silly hit kid. I didn't really know what stoke meant. So I didn't want to ask. So I just went to go what I thought was stoke the fire. So I grabbed the hose and, I grabbed the hose and walked over and, and I'm just, and we had to like it was burning for 2 hours already at that point, so it was blazing. And my dad, I could just see him coming. Oh, what the heck are you doing? And I'm like, I thought you wanted me to stoke the fire. And he grabs the hose and he starts spraying me. He's like, that's not what stoke means, you dummy. And he's just, yeah, it's
Oh
funny,
man, I
man.
could picture that. I could see myself
Yeah,
doing
like,
something like that too.
uh,
Yeah,
just like, because, you're working with dad and you don't want to be like, what's stoke mean? I don't know what stoke is. You want him to think that you know everything.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can I show off my bunnies?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Please give like a little,
Okay.
like a little 2-minute thing. Talk to us about the bunnies.
So my parents live on a farm. Yes, this is established story, fact. And they have this family friend, who used to be Graham's teacher. He worked at South Carlton, and it's just he has another farm called Beckwith Berries down the road from us. And we trade livestock. He gives us his old trailer, and in exchange we give him meat or something. Like whatever, farm friends, right? Um, Anyways, he gives us 4 rabbits, 3 female, 1 male. And of course, he's a little bit of a farm guy, so they're mutts. Um, they're a mix of the floppy-eared like pet breed with the like really fat meat breed. Um, and the old adage is true. There's just rabbits everywhere on the farm. There were like just too many rabbits. Just way too many.
Well, and a lot of people don't know this. And like a lot of the times it doesn't end very well, but most rabbit species like can actually get pregnant while they're pregnant a
Oh.
second time. Like they can like so I know there was a situation with one of yours or one that you used to have, I think.
Yeah,
Uh
it was a little bit sad. So what happened there was she got pregnant too quickly after having her first litter, and passed, and her first litter was still nursing. So we put l- her two litters in with another litter from another mother to be like, okay, you can all nurse off this one mom. But it was not enough milk for too many mouths. Uh, so a lot of them passed.
mhm.
But I've got two from the first litter here. Here, do you want to
Yeah.
continue what you were saying about pregnancies or something like that? And I can go grab
Yeah,
them.
yeah, and I just wanted to say like it's very like if you didn't grow up in certain environments like Aiden and I did, and there's alongside animals and I should say farm animals, more like it is very sad to hear. But when you actually think about the numbers and the actual ratio of living versus dying rabbits in a certain environment, like on a farm, you very often, more often than not, have much more living than passing. It's just certain situations like that. You try to keep it the males and females apart, so that things like that don't happen. But sometimes it's just impossible. It's happened to myself as well with rabbits. But these two little cuties
These
right
two.
here,
All right. So this here, this is Chewbacca, Chewy for short.
they're handled so well, eh?
Well, they've been
It got,
played with since they were born,
yeah,
so they are
and
like
that's
completely
another thing I wanted to
unfazed.
say. Yeah, that's like this is not
This is
like
Indy,
the
Indiana
rabbits gotta
Jones.
trust you guys, just so you know. Yeah, oh, tease them. That's a nice Holland Lop right there,
Yeah.
and they're
Um,
so playful, eh? Like they're just chilling.
they like nothing phases them. Like
Love
I was sticking the vacuum in there to suck up turds, and they were like, "Whoa, what's this?"
it.
They were
Yeah,
climbing all over Lily. You know, like that old cartoon where the cat crawls on top of the big mean dog and makes like a nest. They were like
yeah,
doing that to our guard dog,
I love it.
and which was funny too, because the guard dog won't hurt them. But we got Dachshunds on the farm, which totally will. And these guys were going up right to the Dachshund's mouth and like sniffing it, and we would grab the bunny and pull it away right as the Dachshund was going in for a bite. Like,
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy. The Dachshunds, really, eh?
that's what they're
Well,
bred to
I
do.
shouldn't. Yeah, no, I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry, I was thinking of a completely different breed.
Yeah,
I just mixed that up. Where it's like, yeah,
that's why they're long and skinny, so they can go in rabbit holes.
yeah,
And
they're gorgeous, man.
they're
All
kind of
right,
funny too,
have
because their ears are really communicative. You know, so if they're straight up, they're really happy. If
yeah.
they're like straight down, they're just kind of vibing. If they're straight back, they're afraid. But what really
Mhm.
cracks me up is that if they're like exploring, they'll have either like two out to the side or like one up and one out. Like
When we
exactly
had
what this
our
guy's doing right now.
yeah, when we had our rabbits, they're kind of like antennas almost sometimes. Like when they do, you know, when they have like they kind of go up like an inch off the ground, they're kind of like tiger stalking when they're a little hesitant.
Yeah,
They'll put their nose and they'll do that, but then their ears kind of go forward and they're kind of like it's really weird to see actually.
yeah.
Yeah. But Aiden so you have two females there, right?
I think so. It's kind of
Believe?
hard to tell.
Yeah. Very hard to tell with rabbits.
Yeah. I don't know, because I think the thing I read said that if it's a female, it's an oval, and if it's a male, it's a circle. Like
Right.
they don't have the
That's
standard twig and berries, you know.
no, no. They're like clams. They can change their sex.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Uh,
That's not true, guys.
frogs can, right? Or did Jurassic Park lie to me?
No, I think certain frogs, because they can be, they go. I think actually certain frogs throughout one lifetime go through two different cycles of being male and being female.
Okay.
I know that there's a certain species of frog, or is it bird? I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, it's pretty like there's a lot of different species out there that kind of challenges our understandings and notions of what like what sex is, what a defining sexual trait is. It's pretty interesting, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like having some weird like I want to pet them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They look so cute. Uh,
Well then,
have
hopefully lockdown's over so you can come play with them.
oh for sure, for
I
sure.
got I'm like one of those weird pet people now. I got leashes for them, So when it's in the
That's
spring, I can take them to the
Do you have
park.
a little like chest plate, a little like, oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool, dude. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. Picnics,
yeah.
feeding carrots.
Which is just
Did
funny
I?
too, because I'm telling people like, yeah, they're meat rabbits, you know. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, don't eat them.
They're gonna be thick with three C's.
Yeah.
Thick rabbits. They're the thick breed. Did I ever tell you about one time? I live pretty close to a dog park, for those of you that don't know, but you know exactly which one I'm talking about, I think. And there was one time I went out, and it's a very popular dog park. It's not super huge, but it's more of like kind of like a social dog park, not really like an exercising dog park. But this guy, one time, I saw him walking through it, and he had a little black bunny in his jacket. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's taking his bunny for a walk. And then he takes the bunny out with all the dogs around. Like no word of a lie. And he puts the bunny down, not right in the center, but a little to the left of the field, puts the bunny down right like smack down on the grass and just lets him like run around. The bunny's just running around and dogs are around and like catching and like just sniffing each other and all that. And the bunny's just a black jet black bunny, like very visible, is just sitting there in 2 inch grass, just grazing. Not a care in the world, Aiden. Like it was the weirdest kind of just like the characteristics of that species, of that prey species, it didn't look right to me. It looked
Yeah.
like it's different when you say like those bunnies don't have like much of a care because they've been nurtured to a certain extent. This bunny, it looked like not even like a lifetime of nurturing could have made it like that. It was weird, very weird, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
One of the bunnies that passed, unfortunately, I really liked him. I called him Ted Bundy.
Oh, that's a good,
Um,
that's a good
but
name.
these guys, like you pick them up and they're not, he's kicking, he's not happy about being held upside down, whatever. This one was just like a stuffed animal. You could hold him like upside down. He was just like, whatever.
Love it.
And these guys are super friendly. When I walk by the cage, which is over there, people can't see it. They like come up to the wall of the cage, stick their nose through. All right, I'm gonna
Love it,
put them down
man.
because they're gonna
Yeah,
pee on me or something.
sure. Oh, I've had that happen a couple times. They do. Yeah, when you pick them up, sometimes they'll let a few out. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, for anybody watching, I don't know if you guys can see a little bit in the bottom right or left, depending on which way your screen's facing. Aiden's cage is right there, and it's a fantastic cage. It's got. I'm just telling them about the cage. It's
Oh
got
yeah,
two levels. Two levels. Lower level has like a hidden back area where they're enclosed and safe, and then they got like a ramp that goes to the top. It's a really nice cage.
I got him pooping in a box.
You got them pooping in a box, potty
Mhm.
trained?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. How did you do that? Did you just take the urine hay and just put it in their box every time you could? That's
Yeah,
how we did with ours.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. I
Mhm.
pooping in a box for the most part. They still sometimes don't.
Yeah. When you do let them out for playtime,
Mhm. Yep.
how do they like it?
They jump around and they kind of do flips and stuff sometimes too. It's funny. Yeah.
Do you know what that's called when they jump in the air and they fling out in happiness?
Is
There's an actual.
I'm assuming that it's happy, right? Like that's good that they're doing that.
It's yes, it's very high. That when they jump up and they like do kind of like a spaz in the air, that's literally like their happiest that they could be. Do you know what it's called? There's a specific word for it.
No, what is it?
It's called a binky.
A
So
binky.
when they jump in the air and do kind of like a woo, that's they're binkying out of happiness. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like that. Good to know.
Have, do they thump? Have they thumped at anything yet?
Is
They
that
pissed
when they're
off?
pissed?
Yeah, when they're pissed off or scared, they'll just kind of stand like stable and then they'll like flop their back feet and slam it on the ground. Or if they'll do it if they're like annoyed, scared. But honestly, I found ours did it most when they wanted not hay. They wanted grain, like they wanted their pebbles.
Yeah, I think mine have done it sometimes, and I think it's because I give them alfalfa in the morning and alfalfa at night, and then eat hay the rest of the time.
Right.
Um, and I think when I'm late,
Yeah.
because
They would stomp in the morning too. Like if I'm not up at the right time for them when I had mine. Yeah,
yeah,
get cheesed. Dude, I love it, man. For the like you guys don't know, but when I first brought my two rabbits back to Toronto, Aiden like literally held them on the way back for like a good amount of time. And it's just funny now that Aiden's coming back one time from Ottawa, he's bringing back two rabbits. It's just a funny little,
yeah.
you know,
You want one?
crossing of stars.
There's more on the farm. I'll bring you some back if you want.
I'll talk to Liz
Run by
about it.
Liz. They're
Let's see, man. Last time, oh,
a lot of work, eh?
it's not even like a lot of work. I like the work because and I feel like you're the same. Like I like taking care of an animal. I like trying to make give it like a good time and a good life. But I just found like it was hard because I really like your cage setup because they have different levels.
Yeah.
With our setup before, it was much more kind of like bare. Like we didn't have levels or like a proper cage. It was a big cage like for dogs, like a big circle one that they would have like a bunch of stuff in. Like they'd have their box and a few little toys and stuff. But it wasn't as set. And the difference too, I think yours are really good as well because they've grown up on the farm. They've been, they've had like the fear scared out of them almost, I feel like, if anything, with the dogs sniffing at the door, like, they're not going to really experience much worse than they would at the farm. So I feel like they're going to be pretty chill. Whereas mine sometimes would just, I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't the nicest environment.
Yeah,
But if I did it, but doing it like a second time, I know exactly what I would do different. So I might
yeah.
have a little combo.
I think my mom's plan for them was she's really into that whole regenerative farming thing at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about it on the farm before, but the whole idea that, the sheep eat the grass and then they poop, and that poop feeds the corn, and then the corn feeds the cows, and then the cow droppings feed the veggies, and, like the whole, and
Full
she's been
cycle.
selling, like plant starters, so like just baby plants for people to put in their own garden, and then at the end of the summer she harvests. We talked about that before, eh?
Yeah.
Sells it all.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's really smart though.
The problem was that most of the people coming were, young mothers, and they bring their kids, and the kid would be, oh, I'm bored, I want to go. So I think my mom's plan is to make a rabbit run right by where she's selling the plants, and the kids can go sit in there and touch the rabbits and pull on their ears and whatever, and they've all been handled since they were born, so they're all super tame,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And then you can sell celery and carrots to the kids for like $4 a bag or something to feed these rabbits. So our livestock is being paid, like is paying us to be fed,
it's great. I think it's genius, man. I love that idea. Like, and you could charge like $5 for a big ass carrot. Excuse my French. You know what I mean? Like you could
Yeah.
like,
No, my mom does
yeah,
not charge enough for her plants. She's like,
no,
oh, $1.50 for this little like pepper starter thing, and I'm like, Mom, at Canadian Tire they're like $5,
yeah,
and yours
yeah.
are
If
like
you
certified organic, no Roundup or whatever.
Exactly, and if you went to like a zoo and they gave you like a bag for like the goats or something, that would cost like $11. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And it's like a quarter full. But your mom's such a sweet lady too, and she doesn't want to like
rip people
screw
off.
anybody over.
But
Yeah,
on the other hand,
exactly.
it's also like that's like her
Come on.
full-time job, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, man. How is like the mood? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like having like an animal, like pets and stuff like that? Do you feel like it changes kind of like the environment that you're in a little bit in terms of just like your moods and stuff like that?
I definitely seem like a crazy person because I talk to them.
No, dude, you have to, man. I talked to my friggin' money tree plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grow over there, baby. Strong roots. Sorry, daily encouragement.
Yeah. No, I'll give them a big thing of lettuce, and I'm like, how's that? Is that good?
Yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
friggin', we're digging it. I
Um,
find them eating is hilarious too.
yeah. Cracks me
Yeah,
up. They go nuts over their alfalfa.
yeah.
That's
They
just
they
like,
literally the alfalfa hay is like a drug to them almost. It's
yeah.
nuts.
You want to talk about some current events? I feel like we've been on the bunny thing for a while.
Yeah, yeah. We have been on the bunny thing for a while. So yeah, just general current events. So China detains 6 people for insulting soldiers killed in an India border crash. Um, China is
China.
China is China
China.
actually. Yeah.
China. I can't do a Trump.
So the report basically like um, states that 6 people minimal doesn't actually give an exact number, but it says minimum of 6 people have been detained for allegedly defarming 4 servicemen killed in a bloody border clash with India last June. As state media wages on propaganda campaign hailing the dead troops as martyrs, Police said six
Martyrs.
people were detained. Martyrs. Thank you. I don't know how I mispronounced that. Police said six people were detained for up to 15 days across China, with another accused currently living in overseas facing detention upon their return. So this kind of just speaks to like the overall talk of freedom of speech.
Can I just say something?
Yeah,
I'm gonna sound like a total American right now. I
please.
didn't know that China and India shared a border. Do they?
Uh,
Can we pull up a map quick? I can't pull up a map on
yeah,
my
yeah,
computer
I
because
got it. I got it. I got it.
it'll
I
screw
got it.
with where your
Yeah,
face is in the stream.
I got you.
I'm also gonna move your face over a bit. There you go. That's better.
Huh.
Huh.
Yes, yes, the relations between China and India have been worsening in recent months. The two world powers are facing off against each other along their disputed border in the Himalayan region. So that yeah, it does border in the Himalayas. Oh, that imagine like some Himalayan warfare. That'd be some
I think that was in
guerrilla Mongolian.
wasn't that in that the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, one of them? It's like the second level. I feel
I
like it
think
was
actually, I think you might be right.
I feel like it was in the one where you uh the one called No Russian. The really poor taste airport one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Terminal, is that what it was?
I think the mission is literally called No Russian. Because you're like at the beginning of the mission, they're like, don't speak any Russian. People can't
Yeah,
know we're Russian. And
yeah,
then you go into the airport and it's just
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
war
yeah.
crime.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That I remember being a kid playing that for the first time, being like, "Wow, okay, I'm a criminal now." Yep.
yeah. I remember
Jeez.
like I didn't have many CODs or whatever at that point. You know, like I think I had a PS2. You know,
Right.
so I would play that at I think it might have been Zach's house.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, but I would just play that mission over and over and over again because I hadn't played like any first-person shooters, and it was
Right.
an easy mission. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to China and India. I know they're really disputing like I know a big thing right now is India's really pushing for all of the uh phones that its, citizens have to be made in India. So a lot of Chinese and American companies are shifting their production from China to India so that they can sell to India.
Right.
Um yeah, I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah, it's because like we wanted to talk about a few more things about China, just kind of in respect to what Aiden and I do, like our career
Again, we're
lanes, I guess you could say.
we're two farm boys. It's a farm boy
Yeah.
day, so shop the farm boy way. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what we can weigh in about uh,
China.
geopolitical issues. Although I feel like we probably know more than the Donald does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Here's a current event. Ray Shmurda, Bobby Shmurda,
Who's that?
released from prison. Big rapper. He just got out yesterday, I think. He was in a 6 year sentence, and the memes have just been amazing. So he has like a baseball cap that's kind of like his trademark, and it's like a bunch of promo has been put out the day that he was released from prison after 6 years, and like it's his hat falling in from the atmosphere, and all this kind of funny promo. But people are very excited about it. He went in as like a kid, and then came out like an adult male. He's the one that did that really famous song. Why am I not remembering it right now? You would know it if I played it.
I don't know. I would.
I feel like you would know like the one word from like the very popular like certain part of the song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Daft
that's
Punk
interesting.
broke up.
I know. I'm so upset about that. 30 years, three
Yeah.
decades of music. Like it's it's weird seeing stuff like that for me sometimes because I'm like I'm not even 30. I don't even have like that amount of time in life to have accomplished even let alone 30 years apart from, just growing up for 10 to 15 years and actually doing 30 years of just work. It's pretty fantastic. Do you know why they broke up?
I don't. I was gonna ask you, like, do you think there's a falling out? Are they just done with it, retired? Are they gonna go on and do their own thing? Because, like, I always wonder in those like kind of duo groups, like, do you know Rhett and Link?
I don't think I listened to them, but I know the name.
They're like a YouTube duo. They do like the Good Mythical Morning. I think I've shown you the
Oh
clip from. So I wanted to
yes.
like rip it
Okay,
off
yeah.
some of their things for the for this show.
I was thinking about
Um,
music, but yeah, I know. Yeah.
and then even like Jamie Heineman and Adam Savage.
Hmm.
Like it's well known that the two MythBusters hated each other, like
Right.
hated each other.
You can kind
And
of
then
see that a little bit in the banter too.
yeah, and I was gonna say with like Rhett and Link, like watching like their current stuff, like I feel like they hate each other, you know.
Yeah. It,
So I just wonder with Daft Punk if it was that sort of situation where they just couldn't stand each other anymore and they're gonna go on and do their own thing, or
right.
if it's they're just like we've been making techno music for 30 years. I just want to sit back in my mansion and play Minecraft. Like,
Yeah. God, that'd be the life. But man, I always feel like here's my thing. Like if you're making so much money together, if you're making more money than you could ever alone or not in that group, and you want to still make money and you're not satisfied with how much you've made to this point, there's not really like a reason for you to leave. Like if you just hate the guy, like majority of people, if they need money or want to make it in that certain financial respect, they're gonna hate someone but work with them to get there. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So I feel like if Daft Punk really just didn't like each other after that long of a time working together, then it wouldn't be for the fact of money. It would probably just be because like to what you said, like 30 years of making music, like what's next? We got to move on with a new section of our lives. You know what I mean?
or there's even I guess a point to be made about just like creative freedom. You know, like when you're working together with someone, you got to make compromises, da da da, whatever. Like I know a lot of the angsty emo rock bands I listened to in 2009. The lead man is always in 2009, also 2019, also
Yeah, 2021. Yeah,
2025. I know like the front man generally just dips and like does his own thing for a while, fails, and then goes
right.
back to the band. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe they'll reunite in a bit.
But do you think there's like a point where you can't make like more money than you have? Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it gets to a point like where you're almost like a giant corporation where it's almost like impossible for you to make more money than your net worth. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
to
yeah, and
increase a net worth, like
they're pre-existing albums. I think they have a movie together. You know, all their songs,
yeah,
all their songs that appear in other movies. Like they're going to be receiving royalties forever. Like those are all assets
yeah,
that they have now.
yeah.
So even if they spent all the money they'd have, they'd still be making money every year. I'm sure it's a
The
deal like BTO where even though they're split up, they just kind of split it down the middle, 50-50.
right, right. The one other thing that I could think about is just kind of like like a midlife crisis deal of wanting a change, but still wanting to produce and create. Like being individual kind of, companies at that point. I feel like an option that could be available to them is like if they individually went and just kind of did little things on the side, as in did like background beats for certain artists or featured on a lot of different things, or kind of just went under the radar in the sense of being like a main band producing like group, or sorry, music producing group, to actually just being features from time and time again.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Daft, like, I listened to like a good amount of Daft Punk the other day too. Like, legendary. A lot of their music shaped our generation in certain aspects.
I'm looking for a Carl Weezer Daft Punk.
Carl Weezer,
I
Daft
don't know if
Punk.
people realize, but that's what we opened the episode with was a Carl
Yeah.
Weezer rendition of "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer. Carl Weezer is Jimmy Neutron's best friend from the TV show Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, sir. Who do you
Uh,
think would win? Who do you think would win in a fight? Okay, a fully grown and fully like developed, up brain developed Jimmy Neutron or Rick Sanchez?
I saw a thing. Okay, I saw a thing that was like, whoa, where it starts out with Jimmy Neutron, and then it's the guy with from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and then it's Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, and then it's the professor from
It's not all
Futurama.
one
Because
one
those
guy.
last three that I mentioned, they all wear the white lab coat with teal shirt, right?
Right.
So it's just like the evolution, how it's the
Oh,
same person growing up through the ages.
that's pretty cool. That's a
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I like that. Imagine if it's like all along they've been like Disney. It's
Yeah.
all every show that we've ever watched has been Disney, and they're just connecting everything. Who do you think would win in the fight? Who do you think would take that title, Rick or Adult? If they were a different person, which now of course we know they are not.
Um,
A fully grown Jimmy Neutron though. That's what I'm saying. Not like some kid guy.
I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Neutron would be easy to knock over just because he's so top heavy.
Yeah, the physics of that.
You know, it's kind of like a first gen Ford Explorer going around a corner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like Rick would just make him cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be it. Sorry if that was a stupid question. I just wanted to see who
No,
would.
no, it's a good question. What do you think?
I feel like I wanted to ask you because I feel like I don't know. Like I've watched Jimmy Neutron, but I haven't watched it in like a long time, so I don't know how badass he would be in relation to Rick, who I really watch like all four seasons, like every couple months.
Me and the roomies were Timmy Turner and Cosmo and Wanda from Fairly Odd Parents for
Yeah,
Halloween a few years back. And I think like the day of the party we were watching Fairly Odd Parents like all day. There's a Jimmy Neutron crossover episode.
are you
It
serious?
is terrifying. It is. I'm gonna
Really?
pull up pictures from it because it is scary looking. Um,
Was that both? Were they both on YTV? Yeah. Was Jimmy Neutron on YTV? I can't remember. Hmm.
here I'm gonna pull it up
if
on
if
the screen cap here. Oh, that is
while you're doing that, if anybody has
the
watched
wrong one.
WandaVision, uh,
That's okay.
I hope
People
that you
don't need to
like
see
it.
it. You can Google it. Just Google it.
Season 7 or season season 1, episode 7 coming out Friday. WandaVision, be there. Disney Plus, streaming everywhere.
I need to find those episodes.
The Disney Plus ones.
Yeah, I'm not paying for Disney Plus.
Hey,
Screw that, man.
I let me what, let me just give you my login.
I don't want your login. I'm gonna
Why?
screw up your algorithm, man. The
Oh
algorithms are
yeah.
sacred.
No, but that's what I'm
It's like
saying
my
is because
dad's poor algorithm on the TV on the farm.
3 accounts
Yeah,
on one account on one
yeah,
three
okay.
profiles on one account.
Maybe. I'd have to like give you a little bit each month for it though, because I just can't take that in earnest, you know.
Stop
Although I
it.
totally take my parents' net. Yeah, you know, like
You
I'm
give
logged
me
into my parents'
Plex though.
Netflix. Yeah,
You are?
yeah, but I don't ever use it. Like even if it's on Netflix, I'll download it on like from
Really?
Plex. Yeah, I just like having
Okay.
everything on Plex, man.
Yeah.
I guess it's like those
I
people
s-
that still download MP3s, right? Like,
yeah, this is true. I had a kerfuffle the other day with my PC. Like I had to delete and then re-upload my Steam account, even though I don't play a lot of like Steam games on my PC. Like I'll play like Blizzard.net and stuff like that. But I had to re-download Steam, and I think I just changed like an ingestion setting, or I don't know what I did. But every single individual file, I'm talking like like a lower third file, a graphics file, the logo file, every single file was individually like organized into different folders. So I had thousands of folders on my local disk, and I like it was not compiled at all. So, and I've never had that happen before, and it just happened as soon as the new download started. So it was so weird.
yeah, I had
But
something like that happen where all of those little like all the little icons from every little game and stuff like that, like every picture in every video game, and I have like 100 games
yeah,
on Steam, was uploaded to my Google Photos library.
holy
So you go into my
crap.
Google Photos library, and it's just all these like clip art from Team Fortress 2, and
Yeah,
yeah,
JPEGs and all this crap.
annoying.
Yeah.
I think we are supposed to end before the top of the hour now.
Oh, right.
Did you get that
Yes.
email? I got that email.
I got it, but I kind of
Just to let the
I read it,
person.
but I just didn't really think about it. So
What
that's my
Carl
bad.
Weezer song do you want to listen to? What
Um,
Redbone would sound like it was sung by Carl Weezer. Carl Weezer,
wait,
Blinding Lights, The Weekend.
is it like a Carl Weezer website where you can literally type in almost any song and it's that song in his
Yeah, it's called
voice?
YouTube.
That joke is gonna get us the most views on this episode, so that's why I'm happy.
Carl Weezer, Slow Dancing in the Dark. Carl Weezer, I Want It That
Ooh.
Way.
Oh, I want it that way.
I Want It That Way?
Yep. Yes, please.
Oh, ad.
Oh.
I think I had it muted.
Guys, Chinese censorship for media. I just want to say a quick depiction of the Chinese government in a negative light is not allowed in China. Sympathetic attitudes towards Tibet or other political factions that Chinese government has cracked down on is not allowed to be shown in China. Overly graphic sexual content, no pornography, no incest, no depictions of homosexuality. Advocating cults or superstitious feudalistic ideology is pseudoscience, spirit possession, reincarnation, witchcraft, etc., or showcasing of excessive horror is not allowed and banned in China. So a lot of Western films and shows that we all love are not allowed to be seen in China. Very sad.
Our two worlds apart can't reach to your heart.
That's our first episode back. We promise the
Thanks,
next one will be
everybody.
better. We'll spend more
Yeah.
time on it.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a great Wednesday afternoon. Cheers,
Tell
everybody.
me what